Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, as you can probably guess by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be discussing Cold War, but I'm going to be mainly discussing the faults of the game, okay? The issues with the game right now, and the problems with this game currently, because that is the one thing that's plaguing my mind at the moment with this game and when I play it. Initially, when I was thinking about doing a video, I was thinking, what could I do? You know, what do I want to talk about? But the only thing I could think about was kind of negative thoughts at the moment. And it might just be, you know, because of the last few days, the things that have happened when I've been playing this game. I don't know. But I'll discuss that as we see this gameplay as well. This gameplay you're going to be seeing is a 33-6 gameplay with the ffar, which is one of the best assault rifles. If not, in some people's opinions, might be the best assault rifle. Probably will be once they eventually nerf the M16 and AUG, and that's kind of one of the things we'll talk about in today's video as well, is like weapon balancing and stuff, because they have tuned a weapon. If you guys didn't know, the MP5 has been nerfed, not into oblivion. It's still a top tier weapon and still probably the #1 SMG. But it doesn't make any sense to me, and I'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, enjoy this gameplay in the background. A nice 33-6 of the ffar. Very nice assault rifle. I like it myself personally, and a lot of the pros seem to be leeching onto it. They might be using it in a few games in competitive here in this year. So yeah, you'll probably see this gun throughout the year. But yeah, let's talk about this. Let's start with talking about like the problems with Black Ops Cold War and the problems that I have and that I find. Obviously, you guys have seen my skill-based matchmaking video and the team balancing, okay, and my big gripe with that, okay, and that has still continued. That is still an issue. I still get these games where I'm matched like against 6 people who are as good as me, if not better than me, and I get 5 terrible teammates. It feels like the game is like almost punishing me for being good, you know? That's how it feels. It feels like I can't... Eventually I reach a point where no matter how well I do, if I get a few 2 KD games in a row and, you know, survive this 1v6 essentially, it's going to keep doing it. It's just going to keep throwing bad teammates on my team and not giving me a good chance of winning. Now in this game, it doesn't go that way, okay? And I'm going to be honest, I don't even know how I got in this lobby, because I do actually feel like I was way better than everyone on the other team. Maybe this was like one of the one times, or the one lucky time, I got lucky and I got on the other end of that, where I was on the team of 6 that was way better than the other team, and there was one guy on the other team who possibly was having the experience I was having. This is the one time I felt like this, where I felt like, you know, this lobby was mine. Like, I could easily beat this lobby, and I didn't do any reverse boosting. I think before this game I had like a 1.5 ratio, you know, the typical KD ratio they're trying to keep everyone at, which is between about a 1 and a 2, it seems. But you can see these players aren't the type of players who I've been facing in other videos. Like, you see my previous video, and I've got plenty of gameplays that don't have players like this. Don't get me wrong, they're still playing, they're still shooting, they still shoot kind of straight. But it's not as sweaty as my previous lobbies, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, team balancing and skill-based matchmaking, I already did a video on that. If you want to go check that out, for me to go like in-depth about my issues with that. But that is one issue in this game that needs to be fixed. Next up, let's talk about weapon balancing, okay? Now, the MP5 got nerfed. Not sure if I agree with this one. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, kind of like, what, Taz? The MP5, everyone uses it. Now, yes, everyone uses it, but it's not the best gun in the game. That's why I'm like kind of confused why it was the first gun to be nerfed and it was the only gun to be nerfed. Because the ffar is pretty good. Would I say it needs a nerf? I don't know at this stage. I feel like everyone's still leveling this gun up, so we don't really know about it too much. And at the moment, everyone's kind of leached onto the MP5, the M16 and stuff. But the M16 and AUG, those 2 weapons, the 2 burst rifles, okay, are extremely overpowered and by far and away the best guns in the game. And one of the gripes of this game is that I have is because of the skill-based matchmaking, team balancing, all that stuff. A lot of the times in the games I play like TDM and stuff at the moment, you know, trying to level up my guns and that. A lot of people pull this gun out and just sit on head glitches and spawns, you know, and just sit in places that you don't expect stuff. Do weird things, basically, to try and maintain a 2 KD, you know, those types of sweaty lobbies. It's very slow-paced, it's not great, and it's not fun to play, just people sitting on head glitches with M16s that kill in, like, 1 burst. 1 or 2 bursts, you know, you're rarely going to see a 3 burst with an M16. But those 2 guns as well, the AUG and the M16, in an up-close situation have such good hipfire that they massively beat the MP5 through hipfire. So how those 2 guns have not received a nerf compared to the MP5, I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Next up, let's talk about maps, okay? I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's this again, like skill-based matchmaking is kind of the main thing here that's going to like make my opinions on things like maps and that, you know. If the skill-based matchmaking was toned down less, the problems with this game would be way less. That's one thing I'll say right now. But one thing right now is maps do not play very well for the most of the part. And I've played the 6v6 maps, I've played combined arms, I've tried everything so far. And I'm just not a fan of these maps. Nothing feels like iconic or classic, you know, nothing feels like I have a flow at the moment. Everything feels stagnated. I don't know if that's just the way the game plays or if it is the maps, but it just feels that way. You know, the smaller snow map. So I can't even know what it's called now, but the snow map where they like make it smaller for 66. That plays kind of okay. There's kind of a flow to it, but it is just mainly two doorways that people go through on either side of the map, and then you got the outskirts of the map, and that's kind of the map. Same with this map. You got your main entrances and that, but this map is pretty stagnated. You know, you don't know if you're going to get a team that sits in their spawn, or if you got that team that actually sits in the middle of the place, you know, and kind of sets up shop. We don't know, but yeah. So the maps aren't the greatest. Okay, now we do have Nuketown coming in a couple of weeks, which I'm going to tell you now is not going to go well, because we're going to talk about the other thing, which is the streak system. Okay, now initially I was behind this idea. I thought it was a good idea if they did it right, but it's not been done right. Okay, at the end or near to any game, doesn't matter if it's combined arms, plane domination, hard point, TM, whatever. Near the end of a game, the players who go like 17 and 25 or 10 and 20 somehow end up with streaks. Okay, like artillery barrages and just get a free kill on you. And it's the most annoying and irritating thing, because first of all, those streaks are very hard to avoid. You know, they come in very quickly. You don't get much of an alert as to when like that streak is coming in, and you just die to it. And the person who killed you is going like 12 and 25, but he's earned a streak somehow. And it's irritating, okay? It needs fixing. Like those main streaks, like the artillery, the napalm and that, they're way too easy to get. There's too many times those are called in near the end of a game, just because the person basically got a participation medal, I'd say. You know, they played the game, and eventually, because they played the game long enough and managed to stay alive long enough, or stay around long enough, they get the kill streak. And they just get to wipe you off the map, no problem like that, and that could end your streak. Let's say you're going for a chopper or not. That's it, end of. Like, you know, you got to start building up your like score multiplier to get your chopper again, because obviously, you know, one kill, 2 kill, you get your extra multipliers and stuff. You got to start your multiplier again. You might have been on like a 10 multiplier or a 9 multiplier, and you just lose your streak because of someone getting a streak that didn't deserve it, and it's irritating. Okay, and in high skill-based matchmaking lobbies, again, right now, guys, I'm sitting on around a 2 KD, but I think it's like a 2, between a 2.2, which is quite a high KD for this game. You'll see on the leaderboard, if you go to the leaderboards right now, most people's KDs are between a 1 and 2. You're not going to see any amazing 3 KDs, 4 KDs in this game. And a lot of these games where people are going like 56 and 1 and that, I'd put down to reverse boosting. You know, I find it hard to believe. I played this game a lot right now, and I've never once played a game or a lobby where I felt like I could go 56 and 1. Not one time, you know? Sometimes I have a little bit, but like the pace you'd have to play it to go 56 and 1, maybe it's just the maps you need to get, I don't know. But yeah, as well as that, let's talk about the snipers, okay? Snipers are incredibly busted right now. The main issues I have with them is there's no counterplay to them. If someone tries to quickscope you with that gun, you're done for, because it's got ridiculous levels of aim assist. And on top of that, there is no flinch on that gun, okay? Either sniper. Now, most people, I believe, are using the Tundra, which is the L96 lookalike, but basically, there is no flinch, there is no counter to those guns. If the guy hits his shot or even attempts to, like, quickscope you or sees you, you're done for, okay? If they're even a half-decent sniper, they are going to beat you and they're going to kill you, because you can't shoot your assault rifle or SMG at them, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't make their shot go up in the sky or to the left or to the right. It doesn't affect anything. And obviously they get attachments as well that reduce the aim flinch even more, which is just view kick, okay? That's all it is. It doesn't actually do anything to the flinch. There is no flinch for the sniper. So it's just crazy how overpowered snipers are right now, and those are another weapon that needs a rebalance. I think it needs a rework more than anything. You know, it can't go the whole year with no flinch. It's crazy how broken they are. But yeah, there's a lot of things that have like been bugging me. I'm sure I've missed a few things because these past few years. Oh, last thing, discuss it. Okay, I've got clips of it, and I might do a video on itself. But cheating, okay? There are people using aimbot and wall hacks in this game. They do exist. They are already plaguing multiplayer. I've had it more times in combined arms, and that's probably because the people cheating want to get more kills, and combined arms is probably the best place to do that. But there are people cheating. There are people with headshot onlys, you know, wall hacks. The hacks and cheats are already getting into the game, and before long, it's going to take over the game because they still have not added an anti-cheat to Call of Duty, which is just unbelievable in my opinion. So yeah, a few complaints about the game so far. Other than that, I still think this game is better than Modern Warfare's multiplayer, but right now we need some fixes to this game. So yeah, tell me in the comment section below what you think about today's video and kind of my thoughts and things about Call of Duty. Like, do you agree with me or not? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, notifications on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!